gave his rookie-laden Bengals a high mark as they passed from the kindergarten of preseason to the first grade of regular league play.
Cincinnati's best came in the first quarter, the first time they had the ball. Quarterback Dewey Warren and fullback Tom Smiley combined for Cincinnati's first pass completion.
Bengal founder Paul Brown fashioned this novel design, as new to the game today as the forward pass was a century ago.
Montana dragged down at the 31-yard line.
In 1996, the Bengals finished strong and finished right.
Touchdown! Yes! You tell you what, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. We got to bow to Corey Dillon.
Bulldog from the 32 with Mixon in the backfield. It's Dalton out to Mixon. He's got some room.
It's Mixon diving up.
We're gonna hammer home competition, preparation, and diligence in everything we do.
It's a new year, same old question. How do you stop 85?
They're looking down the field for the home run ball. It's full. End of the day. Touchdown.
Welcome to New Stripe City, a YouTube channel for diehard Bengals fans. I am your host, Ace Boogie. No, it's been a while. We're getting everything situated here. I wanted to do something in terms of making a video to kind of explain some things because a lot of things are kind of up in the air right now. And I just wanted to bring some clarity to certain situations. So as you see, the title of this video is Why I'm Leaving Flick. And you may be wondering, what's going on. We had the giveaways and stuff like that. We built up a great community there. And I felt the same. From day one, when I joined Flick, I was approached by someone who had seen some of my videos on YouTube and was kind of looking for someone to kind of bring the whole Bengals side of things to Flick. And so that's originally what the vision was. I checked it out myself. It was an app that I really liked. It was well put together. Everything like that. But the reason for this, I guess I had to kind of tell, my personal story with Flick and why things got to where they are as of now. And so to start out, I was approached, as I said, and I was offered this deal from Flick to promote the group, obviously build the group up, and make sure that I was promoting it on Facebook and YouTube. And I'm reading from just the original email, so I'm not leaving any details out. And I was supposed to use the announcement chats, polls, quizzes. I was to be creative. And the hosting expectations were that the group was remain active and growing and average near 250 messages daily. And these two expectations were just to make sure that you're not just collecting a check, which you have to make sure that you're working in order to get that and not just be collecting a check, which is understandable. And so from what I saw, it said that just be aware that as long as you're making an effort to promote the group every day or regularly, and you're actively using polls, initiating chats, then you'll be fine. If you ever exceed expectations, we will discuss paying you $100 a week. So the first thing was, that was the offer that was made, right? It started out at $50 a week, which was fine. I was fine with that. That was cool. And so I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's create this thing. And I really kind of took it and tried to make it a thing, a big thing. I tried to create different kind of chats and stuff. And those who joined, you guys know all of the kind of stuff that we did in there. It was definitely a fun time, definitely a great app. And so the first thing that happened was I got invited there, right? And so I took up the opportunity, and you guys know that I do a lot of crossover shows with other YouTubers. So, I wasn't asking for compensation or anything like that. But when I came across this, I kind of started to interact with other YouTubers and kind of put them on. And so long story short, I had talked to a good guy of mine. He's still my friend to this day. Great dude, Laura Brunson, right? And I told him about it, and I was like, yeah, this is legit. Like, I did it. I got sent something on PayPal, $50 a week. It's cool. It's fun. I actually enjoy it. You should look into it. I give him their information and everything. So I pretty much refer him to them. And so like the first warning sign, I guess, which I didn't really care, but the first thing was they offered him like 3 times as much as what they were paying me, which I understand. It's a bigger market. I didn't look at it any type of way, right? But I knew that. And I don't think that they knew that I knew that. And so I would let them know, like, you know, I referred this guy and this guy and that guy. And so essentially I was helping them also build their community as well. And so I was still fine with taking that. But, you know, they did leave the stipulation in there. If you ever exceed expectations, you know, this is what you can make. And so we started doing giveaways. It started really catching on. People like really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And what ended up happening was I got to the point of where they said I needed to be at to get to $100 a week. And when I got there, I pulled up all of the stats, right? And I was like, hey, you know, where can I actually see my stats and stuff like that? So they let me know where I could find my stats. I found my stats, and I knew that this week in particular, that the Flick chat had exploded. I think it was like October 26th through November 1st. We were just in there. It was going crazy, everything like that, right? And the average daily number that they said was like 250, right? If you exceed that, that's where it is. I ended up doubling that number. So that week, I was told, like, if you hit this goal, you move up to $100 a week. So I tried to do it the honest way, even though off rip, my other guy just got that offer off rip, which I wasn't mad at, not mad at all. So I put in the work to do that. I built it up. I'm advertising it. I'm doing all kind of stuff, Xbox giveaways, all kind of things like that. And so when I get to that threshold and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm exceeding what you guys said, which is the group Russ Moraine active and growing. There's no stipulation on what that was. And average 250 messages per day. So I started averaging 500 per day. And so I was like, okay, you know, I was told in our agreement from your email, if I made this, this is what would happen. When I got there and told them that, they were like, oh, well, you were supposed to also hit a metric of 50 new users each week. And so that wasn't in the original thing. And I sent a screenshot and showed them that. And even with that, even though I could have held that onto that or something like that and felt some type of way about it because they didn't write that in the initial agreement, I was like, cool, that's fine. You know, I know that going forward, appreciate the insights and everything. So that week I had 3,500, and I can show you here, I'm not capping. I had 3,500 total messages that week and 31 new users. And so had I known about the users, I would have pressed it even more, but that's neither here nor there. Cool. And so I started to notice a theme that they started to not adhere to the stuff that they were saying. So first it was that. Then after that, it was, okay, if we're doing this new thing now where if you get 500 people in your group, then you can get this certain bonus. You get 1,000 people, you get this bonus. And those are the incentives that we're offering now. Okay, so I was flexible with them. I didn't feel a type of way. There wasn't any tension or anything from that. It was just like, okay, it's cool to just get to 50 a week. I'm not even upset with that. To me, it was more about honoring your word more so than that. And so that kind of started as kind of the theme there. To that thing where it's like the 500 thing. So that's where the Xbox thing kind of ramped up. We got up to like 300, but it just kind of stopped there. If you listen to the Xbox giveaway, it was that we needed to get to 500. And it was to get to that 500 because I was just going to take that bonus money essentially and give it right back to you guys in the form of an Xbox. We only got stuck at like 300. So it wasn't moving that way. And so I was still going to honor the Xbox thing, but we never had gotten to 500 Flick members at that point. And so I tried to make a final push to get us to that, but I was still going to honor it if we got to the 500. But obviously, we kind of got stuck on 304. Okay, so then let's fast forward a couple weeks later. What happens is I'm noticing that I'm not getting my payment. So I'm like, okay, I submitted for this. I didn't get it. What's going on? And it was like the $50 that I usually get every week. And so the first thing was it was kind of late. Then they ended up doing it. So I was like, okay, that's cool. The next 2 weeks is 2 payments. They aren't coming through. And so I think that was actually my mistake. This was around Thanksgiving. And so I was assuming I tried to contact. I did work with a guy there. I think the guy that I initially worked with, he was the best guy. And then he referred me to this other guy. And he's like, this guy's handling payments now. check with him. So I sent him DMs, and you know, when you're on Instagram and someone's not following you, they can't see, they kind of get stuck in like this message request thing. I think that's what happened, because I was like, hey, you know, I haven't been paid the last 2 weeks. This is, you know, what's going on? And so he ended up saying, hey, I reached back out to the original guy. He says, check your DM on Flick and see what you have there. And so then I go back to Flick, right? And I check my DM, and in my DM, I get this thing saying, hey, with the regular season nearing its climax, I wanted to thank you for being one of our founding hosts on Flick. It means a lot to me, the effort that you put in, and we were glad that we could pay you on a weekly basis. We would now like to offer you 2 options as a regular season nears its finale. Option 1 is a reduced weekly payment of $25 to maintain the groups at its current size instead of your current payment. Option 2 is to receive $703 for growing the group to 1,000 members by the Super Bowl. Option 2 comes with additional resources. Flick will do a $15 giveaway. Let me know if you have any questions, Mike. So I didn't see this. And so later, I finally saw it, and I was just like, even after everything had happened, even after they changed and didn't honor the 100 a weekly thing, I didn't have a problem with that. Even when they did the whole switch to the bonuses thing, I was like, okay, but now it's like they're not honoring that either. And now it's like the $25 a week thing. And I was still willing to take that. I was like, all right, cool. Like, it is what it is. If I have to work harder, it's $25 for me just sitting there. And now apparently they're saying just maintain the group that you have. So I say that, and I'm like, okay, cool. That's not a problem. You know, he's like, okay. I told him, like, okay, since you guys didn't pay me the last 2 weeks, that would be $25 each. That would be a total of $50. He says, okay, cool, no problem. Can you send the request? I sent the request. Never got anything from them. And he was like, what PayPal name is it under? I tell them the PayPal name. I don't hear from the guy. I literally, like, that. The last time I talked to him was, I'm not sure the actual date, but it looks like the last time I sent something to him was December 3rd, right? And that was, I hadn't heard from him since, it looks like December 1st or maybe the end of November. And I was just like, all right, like, now I can't do business with you guys anymore, because you've shown a pattern of not honoring your word. And when it gets to that point where it's like, I go all the way down to the 25 based off of everything that's happened, and it's like, you're still not honoring that. At that point, it's like, I can take my business elsewhere, because at that point, it's like, you're not even honoring what the Bengals community, I kind of felt like that from day one. They never really cared about the Bengals community on Flick, but there's a lot of other things that I did for them. Like my man, Laura Brunson, right now is in the chat. I put him on Flick. He brought them 1,000 people, or close to 1,000 people before that. I reached out to UCF Jaguar and put them on, and, you know, told them to work with Flick, because I thought that they were a great company. But it's like, I don't think they knew that behind the scenes. So from my standpoint, that's why I'm moving away from Flick, and that's why I'm not doing business with them. I'm not going to say that no one should do business with them. I'm not going to tell other people to not do business with them. I'm just explaining why I'm not doing it, so I can be transparent with you guys and let you know. The other thing, though, too, is it also was within the group. It was a lot of like back and forths and people saying messed up things and people arguing all day. And like Jay Gripper is saying, like, that was another reason that I just wanted to move on from it, because it was still some of that toxic stuff going in there. So while that was going on, like while people were arguing in there, I got this stuff going on, and I normally just don't put stuff out there like that. But it was just like, all right, guys, the group is active. Everybody's typing in there every day. But at the end of the day, this isn't working out. And so I let people know, like, we're moving to Discord. I do have a Discord link in there. And the main reason that I'm making this video is because one of the things that we did that was dope with the Flick Chat is that we did the Q&A there. That's where you guys would be able to send me questions and stuff like that. And I would go live on my channel and kind of go in there. And it was a cool way of involving Flick as well as involving you guys, and you guys being able to send me videos and stuff like that. And so we're going to still continue to do that, but we're going to do that through Discord now. And Discord is free. I don't make any money off of the Discord or anything like that. But I mean, essentially, that's the same thing. So, you know, that's essentially what I'm getting now. So we're going to move to Discord. I have a link in the description in there. And we want to make this better, and we definitely want to make this Discord better. So I think we're going to let my man Aquila the Great handle that. But I did appreciate, and I do thank Flick for everything that they have done. But at the end of the day, I just couldn't let somebody keep getting over on me and kind of insulting my intelligence and just stuff like that. So unfortunately, we had to move on and not do business from them or with them. And so that's just what it is. So if you're looking for that, the Discord link is in the description. That is the announcement that I wanted to make. I just wanted to let you guys know. So if you are in the Discord, I recommend, or if you're not in the Discord, please join it. If you're still a part of Flick, go to the latest chat. I have the link to that Discord there because honestly, I'm going to be ending the chat. And I told them that. I said, you know, my last message was, this is 2 weeks that I haven't been paid. If I'm not paid, I won't keep my group here moving forward. I'm not sure what the issues are, but this has not been good business recently. And, you know, that's where I was with it. I'm at peace with it. It is what it is. You know, that's what it is. So that's where we're at. We're going to have a lot of things coming for you guys. We're still going to ramp up a lot of the content and stuff like that. I've just been having some moving parts right now. I finally have my MacBook. I'm coming to you guys live off of that MacBook Pro now. So I'm going to try to do some other cool things there, but we're going to have a lot more content. We also have the AFC North Talk. If you're not subscribed to that channel, I have a second YouTube channel as well, the AFC North Talk, where it's a group of AFC North YouTubers, and we have a really good time over there. My man Quincy's on there. My man Tony's on there. My man Sonny's on there. So please be sure to subscribe over there. We're going to do, usually we do our shows today, but with the crazy NFL schedule, with the Ravens playing tonight, we're going to do that show tomorrow at 5:45. But subscribe there and turn your notifications on. Also, subscribe here. And also, I would like to say I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel in other ways. I just had some mug orders the other day. We still have the shoes going on. I think we're about to actually run out of the time for them to just make the shoes kind of a full run thing. But I think from what I've heard, it's just going to reset that. So if you do want to order the shoes as well, please feel free to do that. I'm going to order some myself, which I already did, but that order is going to end up being sent here soon. So I'll also do a video where you guys can actually see it as well. But appreciate the support and everything. And I hope you guys understand, and let's keep it going because, you know, I know you guys support me. I appreciate all the comments and I appreciate the support, but I wanted to have a place for us to be able to interact. I really loved it when it was on Flick while it lasted, but now we're moving on to the Discord. And, you know, the city, the New Stripe City is always going to function no matter what platform we're on. So please be sure to join me over there. And as usual, I'm going to leave you guys with a who day, all day, every day, and especially on Sunday.
Second out and goal. Mixon out of the backfield. Has some daylight. Hurdles to the end zone.